All right, let's jump down to the other side. Let's kick it old Dave to Gainesville, where, of course, different day, same question. These quarterbacks, what's it going to take to get Anthony Richardson in there? He keeps coming in the third series of game, keeps walking off the field with a touchdown. Dan Mullen was asked repeatedly about the quarterbacks, and I think he's getting kind of tired of these questions. He did update the status of Anthony Richardson as well. That was the first question. No surprise. How's Anthony Richardson doing? How's he looking? How's he going to play? Dan Mullen says he's going to practice this week. But let's kick it over to Dan Mullen, who talks about Anthony Richardson, the plan that he has to use his star freshman quarterback. And interesting comments here. He was asked about some of the stuff he's been talking about. Maybe you got to earn your way as a quarterback in the offense. He's asked to give an example, and I don't know about this one. Let's kick it over to Mullen.
Yeah, Dan, first off, how's Anthony?
I think he's doing good. I saw him today watching the film. So, like I said, he kind of had some tightness in his hamstring, so he'll do treatment, and we'll see how he'll be this week. And, we expect him to practice, and then we'll see how he comes along at practice and deals with it during the week.
You consistently through 2 games, Anthony's been in on the third series. How did you figure out that's where you want to put him in, and does he earn the right to maybe get in sooner than that in the game?
Well, we'll see. We kind of go in with a plan depending on the game, and we kind of schedule the plan off of each deal. And, there are some circumstances maybe that would change that. But, everybody's kind of on plan going into the game that, hey, you're going to play the third series. And we have that going in, and we know what we're going to do. Now, there are circumstances that could affect that, and there were Saturday circumstances that might affect if he went in and when he went in. So, that's always up there changing.
Then one other quarterback one. If I'm understanding what you've said correctly on Anthony, kind of the main thing that he needs to work on is making the right reads. Is that a fair?
Well, they always do. Both our guys do. I thought in the first half, both quarterbacks played really well, made good decisions. I thought in the second half, we made a couple poor decisions, missed reads, missed checks, things that you got to do. Taking care of the mental part of the game for both our quarterbacks. I think that's a big part of it as they continue to grow.
Is there kind of one read maybe that Anthony didn't make that he'd want to have back the most? Just kind of an example.
An easy one. If you go back a couple games, he drops back, he misses a protection check, then misses the hot throw, then misses the primary read, and then scrambles around and runs, and everybody thinks, what a spectacular play.
All right, so, on one hand, it's not my place to question Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen knows more about offensive football than I ever will, so I'm not sitting here calling him out. His record speaks for itself, but I don't know about this example. I understand Richardson maybe not executing the offense exactly how he wants it, but if it results in a 20-yard gain, yeah, I'm going to think that's a spectacular play because it is. And that is the key there with Anthony Richardson. Even a busted play can result in an epic gain, possibly a score. And that, I keep hammering this home, and it's still true. Emory Jones playing his best football, I don't know if that's good enough to beat Alabama. But with Anthony Richardson, given the limited action we've seen from him, I think he can beat Alabama. I truly do. If now he may make some mistakes, he may cost you the game. I think that's the issue here. He's more likely to cost Florida the football game than Emory Jones, but I also think the ceiling is higher. And this is a guy that, I could see a Heisman Trophy in his future. I could see a national championship in his future. And at the end of the day, what's the expectation? Dan Mullen's always talking about the championship standard. And maybe I'm being too harsh on Emory Jones because I do think he's a very good player. Hell, he had one of the best passes in the game there last week against in the South Florida game. That touchdown he threw over the shoulder. It was perfect. But we're just not seeing that on a consistent basis. And the expectation there in the Gator standard, that's what Dan Mullen's always talking about. When you're at Florida, the fans expect you to win the SEC, not just the East. They expect you to make the college football playoff. They expect you to win the college football playoff. And I know we haven't seen enough from Anthony Richardson to anoint him as the next great quarterback. We've seen flashes that suggest that he is, but at the end of the day, I think if you're asking Florida fans to give you their honest opinion, can this Florida team with Emory Jones win the SEC? I think the most of them would say no. I mean, maybe 50-50. If you ask them, could they win the national championship, there's probably not many that think that's possible. If Anthony Richardson comes in there, I think those odds jump significantly in both categories. Winning the SEC, potentially making and winning the college football playoff. And, I mean, this will not be the first time a redshirt freshman took college football by storm. Hell, Johnny Manziel was a redshirt freshman, won the Heisman. Jameis Winston won the Heisman, won the national championship. Jalen Hurts, true freshman, took his team to the national championship. And I know for some reason Jalen Hurts always gets drugged, but last I checked, when he left the field in the national championship during his freshman year, he scored the touchdown that put Alabama ahead. It was Jeremy Pruitt's defense, which was a hell of a defense that season. They let Deshaun Watson march down the field and score the game-winning touchdown. So, I mean, this would not be unprecedented for a redshirt freshman to come in here and elevate Florida's football program. And I'm just, I don't know. I'm shaking my head trying to figure out why that has not been the case at this point. But we'll see on Saturday. If he's healthy, how he performs against Alabama. This may be the game where he assumes the starting quarterback role based on his performance by just giving the Gators the advantage in this football game. But that wasn't the only comments there from Dan Mullen. Again, not taking any advice on the quarterbacks. I thought this was hilarious. And on facing Nick Saban's Alabama program, why that's such a difficult task year in and year out.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't listen to many suggestions, unless if you're in our staff meeting, I might listen to your suggestion. I don't know. I don't run down the hospital to Shands Hospital and tell them, boy, I think you really should do that procedure this way. I think those guys probably got that under control. And, so, they're the people, they're the experts that are doing it. So,
not even Megan. You don't get any suggestions at home from anybody.
I get a lot of suggestions from her, but not many about scheme on what we're calling on third down.
Hey, Coach. Earlier you talked about how special the atmosphere is going to be at the Swamp this Saturday. You realize it's the 11th time that Florida's going to host Alabama, and you are going for your first victory against them in 11 tries. What exactly makes a Nick Saban coach team so difficult to play?
Number one, they got a ton of talent. You know what I mean? They did a great job recruiting. They have depth. They have talent at every position. I think he does a great job with his program in keeping the guys focused. I think they play at a very high level, not just having tremendous talent that he gets the guys. They play at a very high level and execute at a very high level. And then obviously they got a good scheme. They have very good football coaches on both sides of the football, run a good scheme. So they do a good job of putting those guys in position to make plays. So, when you combine all of those things, it makes them an excellent team.